Good morning, dear students. My name is Ferhan Mazher, and today is the 3rd of October 2021. And right now, I am with the 9th Cambridge class, and the subject we are studying is DMaths 4024. It's O levels mathematics. We are working on the syllabus, and we are working on the chapter number 1 from the book D3. The name of the chapter is Quadratic Equations. And we are working on the review exercise. And in this session, today we are working on the story sums related with the quadratic equations. Today we will we will start from the question number 12 of this exercise, and we will complete this exercise in this session. So let's start. We will start from the question number. We will start from the question number 12. So let's go to that question. Okay, so I will in November 2013, the price of petrol was X cents per liter. In November 2013, the price of petrol was X cents per liter. Write down an expression in terms of X for the number of liters of petrol that could be bought with $60 in November 2013. So here you can see I have done that. And you can see here I written petrol and cost. I'm going to use the process of proportion. And 1 liter petrol cost X cents. So if you have $60, I have converted the $60 into cents. You multiply 60 with 100, you get 6,000 cents. So for 6,000 cents, how much petrol you can buy? So then I have converted that proportion into fraction. 1 by P1, P means petrol, equals to X divided by 6,000. So cross multiply and make the P alone. So you will have P1 equals to 6,000 divided by X. So this is how you will find the amount of petrol which you can buy with $60. Okay, in December 2013, the price has increased by 10 cents per liter. So now before the price was X cents, 1 liter petrol was X cent. Now the price has gone up, has increased by 10 cents. So now the price will be X plus 10 cents. So he says, write down an expression in terms of X for the number of liters of petrol that could be bought with $60 in December 2013. So in December 2013, 1 liter petrol, its cost is X plus 10. And, if you have $60, convert the $60 into cents, and that will be 6,000 cents. So how much petrol you can buy? So 1 by P2 equals to X plus 10 divided by 6,000, sorry. You just make the P2 alone, make it the subject of the formula. So you will have, you cross multiplied it and then you made the P2 alone. So that will be 6,000 divided by X plus 10. Now, he says, this was the second part. Then he says, given that an additional 1 whole 3 by 7 liter of petrol could be bought in November 2013, then in the December 2013, form an equation in X and show that it reduces to X squared plus 10X minus 42,000 equals 0. Now he's telling that you see in both the situations, the amount of money which was spent, is same. So the number of liters of petrol you can buy in November 2013, they are more as compared to the number of liters of petrol you can buy with the same amount of money in December. So the difference between the liters is 1 whole 3 by 7. So you can see here, we have written here P1 minus P2 is 1 whole 3 by 7. P1 is 6,000 divided by X. P2 is 6,000 divided by X plus 10 equals to 7 1 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10, 10 by 7. So I will take the LCM on this left side. In the LCM, I will have both x and x plus 10. So when you divide the LCM with this denominator, x and x will be cancelled. You will be left with x plus 10. That will multiply with its numerator. And you can see I have written here 6,000 multiply x plus 10. When you divide this LCM with this second denominator, x plus 10 and x plus 10 will be cancelled. X will be left, and this will multiply with the numerator of the second fraction. So you will have 6,000 multiply x equals to 10 by 7. So 6,000x plus 60,000 minus 6,000x. 6,000x and 6,000x will be cancelled. So you are left with the 60,000 divided by, when this x multiplies with this bracket, it gives you x squared plus 10x equals to 10 by 7. Here you can cross multiply when you have just two fractions and between them we have an equal sign. You can cross multiply it. So we will cross multiply it, and you will have 10x squared plus 100x equals to 420,000. Okay, so we will have 10x squared plus 100x minus 420,000 equals to 0. So you can see in all of them, you can take 10 common. I've taken 10 common. So you are left with x squared plus 10x minus 42,000 equals to 0. This 10, which is multiplying with this bracket, when it will go to the other side, it will divide there. So you will have x squared plus 10x minus 42,000 equals to 0. So now it's in the standard quadratic form. So what I will do, I will apply the quadratic formula. The coefficient of the x square is 1. The coefficient of the x is 10, and the constant term here is minus 42,000. So we will apply the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is x is equals to minus b plus minus under root, and under the under root we have b square minus 4ac, and the whole thing divided by 2a. So we will substitute the values of the a, b, and c. So you can see here I have substituted those values. Now on you, this minus 10 will come as it is. Downstairs we will have 2. So this whole thing, just enter this in the calculator. This question always come in paper 2. So on your calculator you will write 10 square minus 4 multiply 1 multiply minus 4200. And when you press equals to, then under root answer equals to. This is what you will enter in the calculator. So right in your calculator, you will write 10 square minus 4 bracket start 1 bracket close bracket start minus 42,000 bracket close equals to under root answer equals to. So you will get 410. So now you see here we will have two options. The first option will be on your in your calculator, you will write minus 10 minus 410 equals divided to equal. That will give you an answer minus 210. And the second option will be, you in your calculator you will write minus 10 plus 410 equals divided to equal, and you will get 200. Because the x was the cost in cents, so of the 1 liter of petrol, so that cannot be negative. So this value will be neglected. So this is the value. In the end, the question is, and let me read it from the book. In the last part, he says find the number of liters of petrol that could be bought with $34 in December 2013. $34, how much petrol you can buy in December 2013. Okay, so we're talking about December 2013. But 1 liter petrol in December 2013 is cost is x plus 10. X means 200 plus 10. So now you have $34. I will convert the $34 into cents, and you know the $34 in cents is 3,400 cents. And the P3 is question, how much petrol you can buy. So convert them into fraction. 1 by P3 equals to 210 divided by 3,400. You just cross multiply it, make the P3 the subject of the formula. So you will have P3 equals to 3,400 divided by 210. So enter this in your calculator, and the final answer will be 16.2 liters. So you can buy 16.2 liters petrol in December 2013 with $34. So this was the question number 12 from the review exercise 1 of the D3 book. So hopefully you have understood this question. So let's move to the next question. So now the next question is coming up on your screen. This diagram is given in the question. That's question number 13. Let me read it from the book. The question for you: a rectangular function room has dimensions 35 meter by 22 meter. Part of the floor is covered with the ceramic tiles as shown by the shaded rectangle in the figure. So this central portion, whose area is 400 meters square, it has been covered with the tiles. Okay, so this inner area is covered with the tiles according to the story given in the question. He says, given that the part of the floor which is not covered by the tiles has a uniform width of X meter, write down an expression in terms of X for the length and the breadth of the floor covered by tiles. So we know this external width, that's 22 meter, external length is 35 meter. Their question is, what is the length of this length and what is the width here? So, you know, this external width is 22. So X width is here, X width is here. So this inner width will be 22 minus 2X. This external length is totally 35 and X here and X here. So this internal length will be 35 minus 2X. So length will be 35 minus 2X and the width or breadth will be 22 minus 2X. He says the inner area here is 400 meters square. So let me read. Okay. Given that the floor area covered by the tiles is 400 meters square, formulate an equation in X and show that it reduces to 2X square minus 57X plus 185 equals to 0. So it is given to us that the area of this portion where the tiles are is 400 meters square. So I know its length and its width is a rectangle shape. So I can find the area. The formula for the area is length multiply width. The length is 35 minus 2X and the width is 22 minus 2X. So simply multiply them and that area will be 400 meters square. So you can see here I have shown two brackets, 35 minus 2X and the other bracket is 22 minus 2X. And when they multiply, the answer will be 400. So I just multiply 35 will multiply both these terms. So you will have 770 minus 70X. Then minus 2X will multiply with this second bracket. You will have minus 44X plus 4X square equals to 400. So we will have 4X square minus, I added both these because they both have the negative sign. So answer will be minus 114X plus this 400 will come to this side and it will subtract. So 770 minus 400, that will be 370 and equals to 0. So all of them, 2 can be taken as common. I've taken 2 common. So you will have 2X square minus 57X plus 185 equal to 0. This 2 will go on the other side. It will divide and it will become 0. This right side will still remain 0. So you have 2X square minus 57X plus 185 equals to 0. You can see this is a quadratic equation right now. And you can apply the quadratic formula here to solve it. The coefficient of the X square is 2. The coefficient of the X is minus 57. And the constant term here is 185. So we will apply the quadratic formula. You know, the quadratic formula is minus P plus minus under root P square minus 4AC, and then whole thing divided by 2A. Just substitute the value of the A and B and the C carefully into the formula, and you can see here I substituted the B value, here's B value, A value, C value, and here again the A value. So minus minus will become plus 57, and in your calculator you will write what I am saying. Bracket start minus 57, bracket close, raised to power 2, minus 4, bracket start 2, bracket close, bracket start 185, bracket close, equals to under root answer equals to. So you will get 42.1. So now we have two possibilities here. In your calculator, you will write 57 plus 42.1 equals to, divided by 4 equals to. So your answer will be 24.8. And the second option will be 57 minus 42.1 equals to, divided by 4 equals to. So you will get 3.72. So now you got two answers, and this 24.8 cannot be the value of the x. Here the width is totally 22. So this gap cannot be 24, okay, because this width is total 22. So this gap and this width cannot be, these they represent the x. So that cannot be 24. So 24.8 is neglected. The real answer is 3.72. So the question was, the actual question was, let me read it. State the width of the floor that is not covered by the tiles. The width of the floor that is not covered by the tiles is x. So the x value is 3.7 meter. So this is question number 13 from the review exercise 1 of the D3. I hope that you have understood. Okay, so we are moving to the next question. The next question is question number 14. A stone was thrown from the top of a vertical tower into the sea. Its position during the flight is represented by the equation y equals to 60 plus 25x minus x squared, where y meters is the height of the stone above the sea level and x meters is the horizontal distance from the foot of the tower. X is representing the horizontal distance from the foot of the tower, and the y is representing the height from the sea level. A part is, first question is, solve the equation 60 plus 25x minus x squared equals to 0, giving both your answers correct to one decimal place. Okay, so now we will apply the quadratic formula in a very simple thing. He says, they want you to solve this equation, so we will apply the quadratic formula. The coefficient of the x square is -1, the coefficient of the x is 25, and the constant term here is 60. So I will write the quadratic formula, that's minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac, the whole thing divided by 2a. And so we will substitute these values of the a, b, and the c. You can see the value of the b is 25, the value of the a is -1, and the value of the c is 60. So we will substitute these values. You can see here I have substituted them. So this -25 will remain as it is. This becomes -2. And this thing you will write in your calculator as it is. So in your calculator, you will write bracket start 25, bracket close, whole square, raised to power 2, I mean, -4, bracket start, -1, bracket close, bracket start, 60, bracket close, equals to, under root answer equals to. So you will get 29.41. So here you have two situations. In your calculator, you will enter a -25 plus 29.41 equals to, divided by -2 equals to, the answer will be -2.21. The second situation will be, in your calculator, you will write -25 minus 29.41 equals to, divided -2 equals to. So the answer you will get will be 27.21. So this is the positive answer which in the question they have asked you to find out. And then he says, explain briefly what the positive solution in the A first part represents. It means when the height will become 0. What does this mean? It means that when the height will become 0. What does this mean? It means when the height will become 0, or it means that when that ball will be, that stone will be at the sea level, when the y value will become 0, the distance, the horizontal distance from the foot of the cliff will be 27.21. Its horizontal distance from the foot of the cliff will be 27.21 meters. Very simple. B part is the table shows values of X and the corresponding values of Y. So in the question, they have shown us a table and different values of X, and it's on that X, whatever is the value of Y, they all are given. For example, in the points, I'm just saying the coordinates 0, 60, 2, 106, 4, 144, 6, 174, 8, 196, 10, 210, 12, 216, 14, 214, 16, 204, 18, 186, 20, 160, 22, 126. So these are the points, the coordinates they are given. So he says using a scale of 2 centimeter to represent 5 meter, draw a horizontal axis from 0 to 22. So here you can see, because I have not used an actual graph paper, but you can use an actual graph paper. Here I have just drawn a freehand grid. So after every 2 centimeter, I'm writing after 2 centimeters 5. 2 centimeters represents 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So because you will draw this on an actual graph paper, but I am drawing it on a plain paper. So then he says using a scale of 2 centimeter to represent 20 meter, draw vertical y-axis for y from 0 to 220. So every 2 centimeter is 20 on the y-axis. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, 220, 240. So then I plotted these points at 0, 60, 2, 106, 4, 144, 6, 174, and then we have 8, 196, 10, 210, 12, 216, 14, 214, 16, 204, 18, 186, 20, 160, and 22, 126. Then I try to join them with the free hand smooth curve, the best I tried to draw it, because we are drawing freehand, so it's like this, but you can draw it on actual graph paper. So on your axis, plot the points given in the table and join them with the smooth curve. So we did that. Then his question is, use your graph. He says, use your graph to find the greatest height reached by the stone. So the greatest height is here. So what's the y value here? That is 216 meters. So the greatest height achieved by the ball is the greatest value of the y in this graph, and that is 216 meter, 216. The horizontal distance from the foot of the tower when the stone is 180 meter above the sea level. So here we have the heights. He says 180 meter. So what I did, I draw a horizontal line here. You can see this dotted line. So when it cuts your graph, it cuts your graph at 2 places, and in the both places we will check what is the value of the x. At this point, the value of the x will be 6.5, and at this point, the value of the x will be 18.5 meter. So that's the horizontal distance from the foot of the cliff when the at a height of 180 meter. That is question number 14 from the review exercise 1 of the book D3. We are studying D Maths 4024 O levels mathematics. Hopefully this question is clear to you. So let's move to the next question. The next question coming up on your screen, he says, a water tank can be filled with water by 2 pipes in 11 hole 1 by 9 minutes. If the smaller pipe takes 5 minutes longer than the larger pipe to fill the tank, Find the time taken by each pipe to fill the tank. So here, this question is a little different question. Normally, our students are not used to this question. Here we will introduce you to a quantity we call the rate of flow, and the rate of flow is equals to the volume divided by time. So don't forget this formula. Rate of flow is equals to volume divided by time, and you can rate, volume, and time. So if you want to find out time, that will be volume divided by rate. If you want to find out volume, that will be rate multiplied time. So let the tank which is to be filled, its capacity is V, its volume is V liter. So the larger pipe, takes time. Suppose it takes 3 minutes. So the rate of the larger pipe will be volume divided by time. So the rate of flow of the larger pipe, that will be V by T, because we suppose that the tank to be filled is its volume is V, and the time taken by the larger pipe working alone is T. So the rate of flow of the larger pipe, pipe number 1, will be V by T. Okay, in the same way, he says the smaller pipe when works alone, it takes 5 minutes longer as compared to the larger pipe. So the time taken by the smaller pipe when it works alone to fill that tank, whose volume is V, the time will be T plus 5. It takes 5 minutes longer. So the time will be T plus 5. So the rate of flow of the second pipe will be the volume divided by time. So it gives the volume V in T plus 5 minutes. So the rate of flow will be V divided by T plus 5. You can see here, that's the rate of flow. Now they said that both the pipes are working together. So both pipes are on and they are filling the tank. So that tank whose volume is V is filled in 11 hole 1 by 9 minutes. So when both the pipes are filling that tank together, so they take 11 hole 1 by 9 minutes. So here I have written a situation when both the pipes work together. Some water will be given by the pipe 1 and some water will be given by the pipe 2. So water given by the pipe 1 plus the water given by the pipe 2, that will be equals to the V volume of the water which will fill the tank. So the water given by the pipe 1, you can find that by multiplying its rate of flow with the time. So the rate of flow of the first pipe is V by T, and you multiply with the time, and the time will be 11 whole 1 by 9. That will be 9 11s are 99 plus 1, that's 100. So 100 by 9. 100 by 9. The time is 100 by 9 minutes. Plus R2 is V by T plus 5 into 100 by 9 equals to V. The volume of the tank is V. Now, you see the V is present in all these three terms. So I will cut this V. This V is cancelled. So here you are left with 100 divided by 90. Here you are left with 100 divided by 9 bracket T plus 5 bracket close and equals to 1. So we will take the LCM, and the LCM you will have 90 bracket T plus 5. So you divide this LCM with this denominator, 90 will be cancelled. You left with T plus 5, that will multiply with the numerator. Then you divide this LCM with this second denominator, and 9 bracket T plus 5 will be cancelled with 9 and T plus 5. You are left with this T. That will multiply the numerator, which is 100. So you will have 100T equals to 1. So just open these brackets. You will have 100T plus 500 plus 100T divided by, when you multiply these two, you get 9T square plus 45T equals to 1. Just cross multiply, you will have 200T plus 500 equals to 9T square plus 45T. So bring these two sides numbers, which are on the left side, to the right side. So you will have 9T square plus 45T minus 200T minus 500 equals to 0. So now you will have 9T square minus 155T minus 500 equals to 0. So now this is in the standard quadratic forms. You can see the coefficient of the T square is 9, the coefficient of the t is minus 155, and the constant term in this equation is minus 500. Now we will apply the quadratic formula. You see the quadratic formula is t equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac, the whole thing divided by 2a. So we will substitute the value of the a, b, and the c. So you can see here minus bracket, the value of the b is minus 155 bracket close plus minus under root. Here I put a bracket, then minus 155 bracket close whole square minus 4 bracket 9 bracket close bracket start minus 500 bracket close. So the whole thing divided by 2 and the a value is 9. So this will be plus 155 plus minus, and downstairs we write 18. So in your calculator, enter bracket minus 155 bracket close raised to power 2 minus 4 bracket start 9 bracket close bracket start minus 500 bracket close equals to, this is what you will enter in your calculator, under root answer equals to. So you will get 205. So now here you can see we have two options in your calculator. You will enter 155 plus 205 equals to divided by 18 equals to. This will give you an answer of 20. And then you will enter in your calculator 155 minus 205 equals to divided by 18, and that will give you minus 2.78. So because the t here represents the time, so that cannot be a negative number. So just neglect this value. So this is the value of the t which we will use. And in the last, he says, find the time taken by each pipe to fill the tank. So the first tank, when it works alone, the smaller, the larger pipe, when it works alone, it takes t minutes. The value of the t is 20. So that's the here just I just, this is a mistake. The larger word should come here, and let me, oh sorry, I just corrected. Let me correct it. So this word is not right. Okay, so this word is not right. Just got that. Okay, the word larger should come here and the smaller word should come here. So the larger pipe takes how much? T minutes. So the t value is 20, so it will take 20 minutes. And the smaller pipe will take t plus 5. So t value is 20. So it will take 20 plus 5, 25 minutes. So the pipe number 1. So I can write here 1, the pipe number 1, and the pipe number 2. So the first pipe takes 20 minutes and the second pipe will take 25 minutes. So this is how you will do this question. This is question number 15 from the review exercise of the chapter number 1 of the D3 book. So you see this question involves the concept of rate of flow from a tap or from a pipe or from a pump, okay? Or sometimes the rate of flow is also applied on the leakage from a tank. So very important concept. Hopefully you have understood. So let's move to the next question. The next question coming up on your screen is question number 16. So let me read the question for you. A boat travels 12 kilometers upstream and back in 1 hour and 30 minutes. Sorry, a boat travels 12 kilometers upstream and back in 1 hour and 30 minutes. So there is a boat which travels upstream and it travels 12 kilometers. What I understood from that sentence, I just read one sentence from that question. So that sentence can be confusing for many. But I understood that the boat traveled 12 kilometers upstream and then 12 kilometers downstream. So it traveled upstream 12 kilometers and 12 kilometers it traveled downstream. And the total time taken by the boat to do this two-way trip, it took 1 hour and 30 minutes. And 1 hour 30 minutes means 1.5 hours. Okay. Then he says, given that the speed of the current is 5 kilometers per hour, current means the waves, the water of that stream, the speed of the water is 5 kilometers per hour. Find the speed of the boat in the still water. If the water is still, how much will be the speed? Let the speed of the boat in the still water be x kilometer per hour. Okay. So listen carefully. I have drawn this diagram. For example, this stream is flowing. Suppose towards from left to right. So the boat from this point went 12 kilometers upstream, and then it went 12 kilometers downstream. So, uh, so you see, when you will move upstream, when the boat will go upstream, it will be moving against the currents. So if the speed of the boat in the still water is x, so and the speed of the currents is 5 kilometers per hour. So when you move upstream, your speed will be x minus 5, because the stream will be opposite to you. When you travel downstream, your direction of motion and the direction of the current of the water, that will be the same. So the stream will help you. So the speed of the boat will become x plus 5. So you see, here we have written, let the speed of the boat, let the speed of the boat let the speed of the boat in the still water is equals to x kilometer per hour. If the water is still, no currents, and water is not moving, then the speed of the boat is x kilometer per hour. Speed of the currents of the water is 5 kilometer per hour. Current means the waves downstream. So for example, when he's moving downstream, the distance traveled is 12 kilometer per hour, 12 kilometers. And the speed of the boat, because when you move downstream, the water will help you, because you are moving in the direction of the water. So the water will help you. So your speed will increase. So the speed of the boat will become x plus 5 kilometer per hour. This is the concept of the relative velocity. So the time taken will be distance divided by speed. So the time will be, distance is 12 and the speed is x plus 5. So this is in hours. So when you move upstream, so the distance traveled again is 12 kilometer, and the speed will be x minus 5. Why x minus 5? Because you will be moving against the water. So when you move against the water will oppose you. So your speed will become, water currents will oppose you. So your speed will reduce and your speed will become x minus 5 kilometer per hour. So the time taken this time will be distance divided by speed. Distance is 12, the speed is x minus 5. So this is T1 when you move downstream. This is T2 when you moved upstream. He said this whole trip going downstream, upstream, the whole trip took 1 hour 30 minutes. So T1 plus T2 is equals to 1 hour 30 minutes. 1 hour 30 minutes means 1.5 hours. 30 minutes means 0.5 hours. So you have T1 plus T2 equals to 1.5 hours. So T1 value I will put in this equation, 12 by x plus 5 plus 12 by x minus 5 equals to 1.5. I will take the LCM here. You can see the LCM, both of these denominators, that they will come in the LCM. When you divide the LCM with this denominator, x plus 5 will be cancelled. This x minus 5 will be left. That will multiply with the denominator of the first fraction. So you can see here we have written that. So when you divide this LCM with this denominator, x minus 5 bracket will be cancelled. X plus 5 bracket will be left, and that will multiply with the numerator of this second fraction. So here we have written that. So now you can see it will become 12x minus 60 plus 12x plus 60. When you multiply these two brackets with each other, it is like a plus b into a minus b. Remember this formula. This is the algebraic identity. A plus b multiplied with the a minus b. The answer is a square minus b square. So x plus 5 multiply x minus 5. The answer will be x square minus 25. So this will go to the other side. 1.5 multiply with x square minus 25. So you will have, this 60 and minus 60, they will be cancelled. You have 12x plus 12x, that will be 24x, equals to, when this 1.5 will multiply with this bracket, you will have 1.5x square minus 37.5. So bring this 24x to the other side, you will have 1.5x square minus 24x minus 37.5 equals to 0. You can take 1.5 common from all of them. So once I take 1.5 common on your calculator, you can write 1.5 divided by 1.5. It will give you 1. So we have written 1x square. Minus 24 divided by 1.5, it will give you minus 16. So we have written minus 16x. Minus 37.5 divided by 1.5, it gives you minus 25. So bracket close equals 0. This 1.5 will go on the other side, it will divide, and everything will become 0. So now you are left with x square minus 16, x minus 25 equals to 0. So it's a standard quadratic equation. You can, the coefficient of the x square is 1. The coefficient of the x is minus 16. And the constant term here is minus 25. So we will apply the quadratic formula. And so x is equals to, I've not written here the quadratic formula, I've directly substituted the value. The quadratic formula, is minus p plus minus under root p square minus 4ac, the whole thing divided by 2a. So substitute those values. You can see here minus bracket minus 16 bracket close plus minus under root bracket start minus 16 bracket close square minus 4 bracket start 1 bracket close bracket start minus 25 bracket close. So in your calculator, just enter these values. First of all, these values in your calculator, you will write minus 16, bracket minus 16 bracket close raised to power 2 minus 4 bracket start 1 bracket close bracket start minus 25 bracket close equals to under root answer equals to. So you will get this 16 plus minus, this is the answer you get 18.87, the whole thing divided by 2. So now you have two options, two possibilities. So you will write 16 plus 18.87 equals to, divided by 2 equals to, in your calculator, you will get 17.44. And the second thing you can do is in your calculator, you will enter 16 minus 18.87 equals to, divided by 2 equals to, and the answer will be minus 1.44. So their question was, what is the speed of the boat in the still water? The speed of the boat in the still water, we supposed, is x. There, here you got two values of the x. The one is negative, you neglect it. We don't want that negative value. This can be the answer, 117.44. So the speed of the boat in the still water is equal to 17.44 kilometer per hour. So my dear students, that was question number 16 from the review exercise of the chapter number 1. Hopefully you have understood this question. That was the last question from the chapter number 1. God, this is the review exercise of chapter number 1. This is the last question of that review exercise. I hope that you have understood this question. And let me tell you one thing. I did my best to make the questions easier for you. The questions on the quadratic equations, they are very, very important. They always come in the paper, and the story sum from this chapter comes in the paper too. So hopefully you have understood this. If this video, this session has been useful to you, don't forget to like my video, don't forget to subscribe my channel, and do me a favor that if you think that I am to some help to you, always when you watch this video, share the link of this video in your Facebook, on your Instagram, because that will be a big appreciation for me, and that gives me the encouragement to continue this work. So because I can tell you that when you make these videos, it's not an easy task, because you have to prepare the paperwork to a certain standard, and then you have to do the recordings. So it's not easy. So it requires appreciation. So your appreciation will be when you share the link of my video on your Facebook and on your Instagram. So it was a pleasure teaching you about the quadratic equations and the quadratic graphs and the story sums of the quadratic equation. So thank you very much, everybody, and have a good day, and God bless you all.